at the people who surround you, the community you come from. Some of them didn't have parents who work. Some of them maybe they have parents who work, but they are more like alcoholic. Their parents are alcoholic or something. So just mostly I would say I wanted to become someone who makes a difference in people's life, especially the people who are marginalized, the disadvantaged. So for disability passion, it came as a coincidence. When I was at KBC, I used to do a lot of human interest features, stories and programs. So in one of my programs, I interviewed people with disabilities. But when they come on the show, there were these lawyers, advocates, professors, and I was thinking the picture I see in the media of people with disabilities are people who are beggars, children who have been forgotten, who don't go to school. So when I saw that, I thought maybe I can do a show so that I can give them a platform and change the narrative of disability, so that those parents who have children with disability, they will look at these other people with disability who have really made it in life, and they can also encourage their children to go to school, they can empower other people with disability. So it was just a coincidence. So the more deeper I went into the disability movement and reporting, the more I met so many people who inspired me, and then I just felt at home, like I've arrived, I'm doing something which is good, I'm making a difference. People with disabilities are becoming presenters because now they're the presenters of Able Differently show. They have a platform where they can air their success, their plights, their challenges. So that made me happier, and it made me feel excited that I've done something in the society that has made a difference. When I work with people, I love empowering them, I love teaching them everything that I know. So by the time I left KBC, I had so many reporters, and even my production assistant, Skeeter, really knew how to handle Able Differently even without me. So I have that thing that I want, like, to give everything that I know out there to people, so that even when I die empty, that nothing, I'm not going with something like I have this knowledge I'm not given out. So Able Differently is still there. When I have trainings, I invite the Able Differently crew. When I have people want platform, I refer them to Able Differently. When I have resources to share or I have new knowledge, I'll contact Able Differently team, and also other journalists in Kenya that have taught on disability reporting. I share with them. I have a WhatsApp group where we share all the information. If you are a journalist, you know very well there's no topic, there's no unit in a university or a college on disability reporting. So how we report disabilities according to how we view disability, like in the traditional models. Like people with disability are people who are needs PT, people who have not gone to school, people who are cast. Like if I get a child with disability right now, I'll be thinking, oh, what did I do wrong to my grandparents or my forefathers or the gods so that I've been punished? Those are the models we view disability. So when, as a journalist, you are a human being, you exist in a society. So when you go to the media house and you encounter a story of disability, those are the traditional models, so the views you've grown up with, you've socialized with, you take to the media. So you'll still be doing stories of pity, stories of super creep, stories of people who need pity, or people, like maybe if a person with disability does something, like you say, oh, he's a person with disability and he's become the top student or is now a honorable minister. It's something out of the world. But people with disability, they just have a disability, but everything else, people with disability or people without disability, they don't have a difference. So it was also, for me, it took me some time to learn that. So that's why I think it is important for me to teach other journalists and also to empower journalists to use the right terminologies, because language, one, empowers, and language can disempower. When you call someone disabled, kiwetu, become useless. But if you say person with disability, you are seeing the person first, then disability. That empowers that person. And you know why it is powerful? Because even if you walk to a job opportunity and someone sees you as a person, will get an opportunity. But if someone sees you as a thing, they will not even give you an opportunity. So that's why it is important to use the right terminology to tell positive portrayal of disability, and also to demystify the myth and the stereotypes that are in disability. Also, when you see in the media, how many stories of people with disability do you see? Maybe just one story, or maybe during World Autism Day, World Disability Day, World Down Syndrome Day, but the other day we don't see them. So when we say disability reporting, we are saying we mainstream disability in our reporting. And when we are doing an interview, we are going to interview a woman with disability, a woman without disability, a woman with disability who is an educationist and a lawyer, so that we can change the perception and the narrative of disability in our community. I'm a very prayerful woman, and I'm a very prayerful person since I was a young kid, and I pray even up to date. I pray. I would pray, and even I would see vision, and I tell my friends, maybe if I would be praying, be spending like 20 hours praying, I would be a prophet by now. So I was just praying normally, then I slept, then I saw the studios. When you grew up in the village and you finish high school, what you do mostly was listen to radio, not to even watch TV, listen to radio. So you would be a good girl so that your father can give you the radio, you listen to KBC, the Saturday night show, so that you can write lyrics down and send maybe to your boyfriend. Such stuff. That's how we grew up when you were growing up in the village in the 90s, in the late 90s. That was life. So I used to listen to radio so much. It used to inspire me, but I didn't have any knowledge of even how people get to radio, even if they have communication school, because in my village there was no one who I knew had gone to any communication school or was a broadcaster. And that day I had a dream that I'm in a radio studio, and with all these broadcasters that I listened to and I love, John Karani, Zaukan, Munga, all of them, they were there, and we are in the machine and we are recording. And when you are growing up in the 90s, you've never seen a radio station. Right now, we have visual radio. You see presenters, you see the stations, but I didn't have any idea of how a radio station looks like and even these presenters. So that dream, after I got that dream, the following day, my mom met our former board of chairman in my high school. And that board of chairman told my mom about a school in mass communication, and that he thinks I was very good at school and I can be a good journalist. So it just coincided with that dream. That's how I ended up looking for how can someone get to KMC, where the applications, and the rest, as they say, is history. But I think the first award I got, it was for female genital mutilation, the story I did in Kajiado County. I think I was the very, very, very first person to feature this lady who was a chief, and she had rehabilitated so many children in Kajiado from taking them to school, prevented them from early marriages and even female genital mutilation. After we did that story, that lady became a chief, and in fact I remember she called us to tell us like that. But after our story, so many stories have been told about her, and she has achieved so many, and even she has grown even her institution and empowered so many women. So we did that story, I think it was in 2013, and I was producing talent show and I won that award. I was so happy, because I used to know if you are a journalist, the thing what makes a good journalist is like receiving an award for the work you've done. So I was very happy when I received that award. That was my first award. But after that, I've received so many awards until I don't think it just became usual to receive an award. It was not like something out of this one, but the very, very first award I received, I felt very good, very special, very good, very known and very acknowledged. So it plays a role. Growing up, I loved Mother Teresa and everything Mother Teresa did. So I just wanted to be a small Mother Teresa. So in my own small way, every year I try to be a Mother Teresa here and there. So also, I wanted to become a teacher, so I didn't manage to become a teacher. Then I got a house girl who had scored a B, a straight B, and she schooled with bursary at Bunyore National School. After that, she didn't have anything to do. But how I got that house girl, I think it's my dad who told some madam, my daughter is looking for a house girl, and my daughter is a very nice girl. If she goes, I know even my daughter will take her to college. So I think it's even my dad who started, because my father knows me very well and knows how generous I am. So she came, she was good to my babies. After some time, I think after a year, we also got someone who connected us to Kagoma TTC. We got an admission letter and she joined. So right now she's a teacher at Waka High School here in Nairobi. She has helped her family. Her sisters are now in school. She has built a good house to her mother. It makes me very, very happy and proud. It's not that she's in my life like present, I monitor what she does, but because she comes near my village, I can be able to know how she's faring on, and it gives me a lot of happiness because I know I've changed the life of one girl who has now changed the whole community. Because when you empower one girl, she's going to change the whole community. The same happened to the other girl. She came, she also passed very well. I also got her to Machakos Teachers Training College. She finished, she's also a teacher. So even her, she's going to educate her siblings, she's going to change her family life, and you know it is true. So if I've helped that lady, those ladies, and they have been able to help their families, I've contributed to helping the society. So that is what makes me happy, because if you help one person, if you give education is an equalizer. Right now, even if you meet Lillian, you will never know she was even a house girl for even a single day. She's now a madam. I think she's gone, even started doing her degree, maybe even her master's. So it is a good thing to give out to the society, and that's what I've been doing all my life. So currently I'm the project coordinator for Clean Air Catalyst. For the Clean Air Catalyst, basically we are empowering journalists. We're giving them skills, tools to be able to report on air pollution, because it is also an underreported subject. Air pollution affects so many of us in so many ways, like reports and even scientists have come up and said miscarriages, stunted growth, diabetes, lung cancers, and all these diseases. Most of them are caused by air pollution. But because we don't see air, we can't be able to know. And also air is very important, because the first thing when you come to this life is breathe the air, right? So air is important, but it is neglected. Even in many countries, including ours, we have Ministry of Water, because water is important. We have Ministry of Agriculture, because as a human being we survive because of air, water and food, right? But we don't have Ministry of Air. It is just under maybe environment, and it is underreported, and the air that you breathe is so polluted. In Nairobi, we are supposed to have 2.5 PM, which is what the standards that the WHO recommends. But in Nairobi, there are times 2 times double that, and even at times 3 times worse than the recommended standards. So that's why it is important for journalists to be able to report on the sources of air pollution, the impact of air pollution, and possible solutions. So when they know all that, they can be able to go back to their media houses and do stories that can be able to change their target audience, and able to change their communities and even the governments. For myself, I'll be doing a lot of that. This weekend I'll be visiting a children's home just to be able to give back. But when we talk about the theme of this year, inspiring inclusion, maybe that's what I've been, what my life has been all about, to include. I like a world where all of us are equal. When we talk about people, we give equal opportunities for men, for women, for people with disabilities, for sexual minorities, for everyone, because all of us have an equal opportunity to live in this world. This world is not for men, it's not for women, it's not for people with disability, it is for all of us. I love this part, so we can look at that later, Desiderata, whatever he said. You know that way by Desiderata? We can look at it that when you have a right to be alive and to be in this universe. And also I love Desiderata, and there's a saying that he say, listen to everyone, the dull and even the innocent. Them too have a word. So you don't just think, oh, those people who are talkative, or those people who've made it, or the politicians, or maybe or who, the rich people are the ones who have a say in this world. As a journalist, as people, we are supposed to listen to everyone. The innocent, the dull, them to have a word. They can give you something, and they can make your life better. And even they can impact you positively. So even as you go out there with stories, interview everyone. Get the three sides of the story. Include everyone. When you do your story, include women. Women voices are rarely heard. We have so many panels, like all panels are for men out there, and rarely do we include people with disabilities in our report. So when we include everyone, we will be doing what is right. It is not like a favor to include women in news or people with disability news. It is their right to be there, their voice to be heard, and even to have the say in development or in our society, in whatever happens.